well and having an amazing day so far. I know it has been a while. I have been away, I've been working on some new things, and I have been taking some time out for myself and for my daughter. So yes, I hope that you're all well, as I mentioned before. So in this video, it's going to be quite brief, but I wanted to talk about Luke chapter 16, verse 10. I think someone's getting their shopping delivered. Please excuse the noise. I'm going to look for the scripture. That would be a good starting point. So it says, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much." Now, let's take a moment to unpack that scripture. So I think about times back in my life where I have always wanted something in addition to what I have already been blessed with. And it wasn't to say that I was being ungrateful. Though you're listening to this, you may think, oh gosh, you sound ungrateful. Not at all. In order for us to have more, or to even go to God and say, God, please, I've done really well with this. Can I please have this too? We have to make sure that we're doing exactly what I just said there, doing our best with what we have. We can't go to God and say, God, can you bless me with £1,000, please, when you've taken money that God has blessed you with and spent it on things that are unnecessary. Like, let's think of it like this. A lot of designer things, they are not necessarily a necessity. They are more of a luxury. So I actually like designer items. I have quite a few designer handbags, shoes, etc. But I don't worship these things and I treat myself accordingly. I will never use, if I had like a certain amount left in my account, I would never just say, okay, I know I've got a daughter to look after. I know I've got to pay this bill and that bill, but this bag is calling my name. Like, yeah, the bag can call my name, but I'm not going to buy it. You have to use what you have, what God has blessed you with, appropriately, and use it not because you want to gain something more, not because you want God to bless you with something in addition to what he's blessed you with, but do it because you're willing to use this blessing that God has given you to help others or to even help yourself. When God looks down on you and he'll say to himself, so I gave her this. She only had that, but she's done X, Y, and Z with it. That's very impressive. So there's so many people like you and myself who have gone and they've used what God has given them and they've ran with it. And now they have their own ministries or they have their own YouTube channels with lots of subscribers, and all of these things are really beautiful, and that shows that God still is in the miracle working business. God is still blessing his children, but it also shows that you have to have faith. You have to have extraordinary faith, knowing that God has placed everything that you need inside of you. I say this time and time again because it's so true. You don't need £1,000 to start filming for your YouTube channel. You don't need an expensive laptop to start your blog or to release your products. You don't need an expensive camera phone to go and take pictures. Use what you have. I didn't always have the camera that I have. I'm actually looking at my camera over there. I had a different camera. My first proper camera was gifted to me by one of my cousins. And he does photography. He does it as a hobby, but personally, I feel like he should take it on as a full-time career because his pictures are amazing. He actually takes a lot of my pictures for me, so shout out to him if he's watching. The point is, he gave me that, and after a while, camera stopped working because it had served its time, it had served its purpose. And I was thinking, how am I going to get a new one? You know, what am I going to do? Because at that time, I had just started in my business. I just started launching my products. So, you know, when you first start out, you go through that little phase where you're getting customers, etc., etc. But you're not ready to kind of just start splashing out because, of course, what you receive does often go back into your business until you reach a certain point in your business where you can separate funds accordingly. During that time, I basically started to try and use what little I could with my camera, the broken camera, and I would go between using that and my phone. I think at the time I had a Samsung Galaxy Note 3, I think. It had a pen. It was an epic phone, by the way. But yes, I ended up using both of them to take pictures, to do content for my blog and my social media platforms. And actually, it happened that God blessed me. God didn't just bless me on a small scale, God blessed me on a large scale. So I was able to get a new camera, and this is why I cherish my camera, because I know that there was a time where I wasn't even sure how I was going to get one, because obviously being a mother, being an independent mother, my daughter was and still is my priority. So obviously whatever funds I have goes between her, myself, and other things. I say this to say that you are in the perfect position right now where you are. God has given you what he has given you for a reason, for a season. Use what you will with what God has given you, so that when you are faithful with the little that God has given you, one day you will see an increase in that little. One day that increase is going to multiply. But again, we don't do things because we feel like, or we know that, oh, God is going to do this, or God is going to do that, and I'm going to get all of this if I speak to 10 people a day. If I convert followers to Christ, I'm going to get this. God knows our intentions. So when we are doing things, we have to do things with purpose. We have to do things with intent. There is no point doing something and saying it's coming from your heart when it's just coming from the desire of wanting to receive something from God. When I talk to people, when I minister to people, when I'm helping people, I do it because I genuinely care. I do it because I genuinely want to see these mothers living their very best lives. I literally want to see all of these mothers thriving and growing and glowing in God. So that's why I do it. I don't do it because I want the accolades. I don't do it because I want to be known. I don't do it because I want people to follow me. The followers, etc., they fluctuate. Sometimes people will follow you, sometimes people will unfollow you. If you tie your worth and if you tie everything you're doing into, I want this much people to follow me, then you're going to be disappointed, because people may follow you today and the same people can unfollow you tomorrow. The only permanent thing is God. 2 things I want you to take away from this video is be faithful with what you have, whether it's a great deal, whether it's a small amount. Whatever it is God has blessed you with, be faithful with it. And 2, do things from the goodness of your heart. Do it because you want to make God proud. Remember, when we are working, we should work as if we are working unto the Lord. When we are doing things, we should do it as if we are doing it for God. When we are serving people, serve them as if you are serving God. Let God look down on you today, this very day, and say, my daughter, I'm proud of you. I hope that this has been an informative video for you. I hope you have taken some things away. Please do leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video, which will be next week by God's grace. I'm definitely going to get back into posting once a week. Sorry, I had to work out what day, but yeah, once a week I'll definitely get back into posting, because I have missed posting. I am not the greatest person on camera. I prefer writing, I prefer being behind the scenes, but for you all, I'll make an exception. Have an amazing day and enjoy your weekend. Take care.